Good morning. My name is Melissa Paredes. Now we're going to start with FCE speaking part number 1. So in the first place, we have the first participant, and she is Emily Rodriguez. So pay attention to the next question. How expensive is it to go out in the evening where you live?
Okay, so I don't think it's expensive at all to spend an evening here where I live. I think you can actually have fun and stay on budget. So, for example, you can go to a cafe and spend less than $10. And if you go with someone, it is even better because there are some sales and also some things that are great for two people, especially. So I think that's great. Also, another alternative is to go to dance or maybe sing in a bar. I think that's quite fun, and also it is not expensive at all. And the places are very well designed, and the furniture is amazing. And also, I think that you can go around the city and just look at the lights, and that's for free. So spending a night here in my city, in my country, I think it's the best thing that you can do, and you don't spend a lot of money at all.
Thank you, Emily. Okay, in the second place, we have Daniela. You're the next participant or candidate, so pay attention to the next question. What did you do in your last birthday?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I celebrated my birthday 2 weeks ago. It means on Christmas Eve because I was born on December 24th. So basically, I made a double party because I celebrated my birthday as well as Christmas. So in the afternoon, I went to a buffet with my mother and sister, and we spent a very beautiful time together. And at night, I went to my brother's house and we made a short party. We ate turkey and we danced a lot, and also we made some karaoke together with classic songs or maybe popular songs in 2021. And yeah, we didn't sleep that night. And the next day, we still kept eating turkey. Yeah, and that was my birthday, practically.
Thank you. The next participant is Carla. So you're going to answer this question. Do you use the internet to learn new things?
Yeah, I use the internet to know new things. Because the internet is a world full of knowledge, and now it's easy to get a connection to internet through our devices. For example, with our cell phones, we can have the knowledge and the word in our hands. So some of the things that I'm interested when I'm sort on the internet is something related with music, kinds of painting, all the branches or art and fun facts. So I think everybody have the internet like a space in which we can find information, relevant information. So that's it.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And now we have finished with the first part.
Okay, in this part of the exam, I'm going to give you some images, 2 photographs, and I'd like you to talk about your photographs and answer a question about your partner's photographs. So the first participant is Emily Rodriguez. So why do you think people enjoy watching this kind of program?
Okay, so I think both of them are informative or educational programs. So they are very good to spend with the family or just to watch with the family. It doesn't matter if they are kids or if they are older people, it's always good to learn. So in the first picture, I can see that it is an animal program, so we can learn about animals, about their habitats, or about, just interesting facts of animals in general. And in the second one, I see that there is a program related to cooking, maybe to learning some recipes, or maybe even could be master chef. So it could be also part of the entertaining. So in general, I think both of them are really nice, and people enjoy watching these kind of programs because they always learn something about them. It is not always to be entertained, but it's also to learn, and that's something marvelous that we can do with all the family together.
Okay, thank you. The next participant is Daniela Sanchez. So the same, which is a better way to relax?
Okay, so what I can see in the first picture is that there is a girl feeling comfy on her bed, so she's reading a book. Whereas in the second photo, I can see a guy, so probably he's playing his favorite video game. And the better way to relax, personally, I would choose the first picture because I like silent areas. If I want to relax, I prefer spaces where there isn't any noise. But it doesn't mean that the second guy is not relaxing, because it depends on the person. So some people prefer noisy environments and others prefer calm environments. So that's why for me, a better way to relax is the first one, which is reading, because I like reading books too.
Thank you, Daniela. And the last one is Melissa Paredes. So what do you think that people are enjoying about their holiday?
Okay, I think that the people who are part of those pictures are really enjoying and having fun in their holiday. However, the way of enjoy is quite different, because in the first picture we have a couple, maybe they are in their honeymoon, and as you know, when a couple is going to have their honeymoon, it is a beautiful time to spend the time with a person who you love, and also it's a better way to keep in touch with a lot. However, in the second picture, the holiday or the way to have fun is quite different, because we can see a family, also we can see some guys in this case. However, I can see that they feel more stressed, maybe because of the guys, the children, but also they are having a camping, a picnic, and those activities are really beautiful to spend the time with the people who you love and always are supporting to you.
Okay, thank you. Now the last part is give your opinion about the image of your partner. So Emily, what can you say about this picture?
Well, in my case, I will prefer playing video games, but I'm not a gamer myself, but I would prefer to do anything but reading, because I don't like reading at all. And I really like to play, well, not play on video games, but also watch movies and series. So I prefer to spend my time on the screen rather than a book.
Okay, thank you. Now, Daniela, what program do you prefer to watch? What can you say about those images?
Okay, in my case, I would choose the second one, because the first TV program reminds me of National Geographic documentary. So I think they are kind of boring, and I don't like to know more about like wildlife in animals and nature. I'm not a big fan. But in the second picture, it reminds me of reality shows such as MasterChef, or some cooking entertaining programs, TV programs. So I prefer the second one, even though I don't know how to cook, but I like to watch those kind of programs.
Okay, and now Melissa. What do you think about the first image? Do you like enjoy your free time in this way?
Okay, in my case, I love reading books. I have a short bookshelf with the books that I have been reading my whole life. In my case, my favorite book is Dracula, but also I love reading Carmilla. I love vampires and Gothic literature. I also prefer to be very relaxed in a quiet place. I don't like to hear the noise of the video games. My whole life I have been hating those kind of games. That's why I prefer reading, because I am a quiet person. So that's all. I think that the activities that I prefer to relax and avoid because it doesn't make me feel relaxed.
Okay, thank you, girls.
Okay, so now we're going to continue with the speaking part 3. Now, I would like you to talk about something together for about 4 minutes. I would like you to imagine that you just graduated from high school and it is a time to give an important step in your life. So here are some ideas in this cluster about what graduated people do after finishing high school. So first, you're going to talk to each other about what might people have to consider when making these decisions. And then you're going to decide which decision is the hardest for a young people to make, all right? Okay, so let's start.
Okay, so maybe I guess that when we are going to choose the university, when we are graduated from high school, sometimes it's very difficult to choose what are we going to do, because it's our jobs. It's thinking about our future jobs, and it depends. That job will depend our whole life. So I think that sometimes it's like kind of frustrating to choose something that you like, or some people don't know what to do. And another decision which is difficult, I think, is to start a family, because sometimes when you get married you have a lot of expectations, but then it turns a little bit difficult to decide if you want to have children, if you want, because your life will definitely change. So I don't know, Meli, Carlita, what do you think?
Okay, so now we're going to continue with the speaking part 3. Now, I would like you to talk about something together for about 4 minutes. I would like you to imagine that you just graduated from high school and it is a time to give an important step in your life. So here are some ideas in this cluster about what graduated people do after finishing high school. So first, you're going to talk to each other about what might people have to consider when making these decisions. And then you're going to decide which decision is the hardest for a young people to make, all right? Okay, so let's start.
Okay, so maybe I guess that when we are going to choose the university, when we are graduated from high school, sometimes it's very difficult to choose what are we going to do, because it's our jobs. It's thinking about our future jobs, and it depends. That job will depend our whole life. So I think that sometimes it's like kind of frustrating to choose something that you like, or some people don't know what to do. And another decision which is difficult, I think, is to start a family, because sometimes when you get married you have a lot of expectations, but then then it turns a little bit difficult to decide if you want to have children, if you want, because your life will definitely change. So I don't know, Meli, Carlita, what do you think?
I agree with you, Danny, because starting a family when you are just 18 years, it could be the worst decision that you could make. But you know, you are still a child, you don't know how is the life. And if you start to having a family, it will be like a girl having another girl. Also, you have to start finding a job, try to, in many cases, to choose a career. But when you are going to choose a career, this is also the hardest part of your life, because you want to find something that makes you happy. And sometimes you could make some mistakes and choose something that you don't really like. So if you start a family and then try to get a job and choose a career, could be the worst decision that you could make. So I think, however, if you start to plan moving to another country, it could be an excellent decision. I think that. But Carlita, what do you think?
My point is similar to yours, because I think the people after high school should think very well about decisions, about his or her decisions. It could be better if you can plan your life, and because starting a family is not an easy work. It requires responsibility, experience, maturity, and I think we should first work on ourselves. So it's so difficult to start a family. Teach to your kids how to do the things, how to be a good person. It's a difficult work. So I don't know, what do you think about moving to another country? I think this is one of the most common goals that the young people has, because who don't love travel to here in Ecuador. It could be amazing travel to another country. So I guess this is one of the goals, or the things that the young people should think before start a family or getting married.
Yeah, we conclude that, the hardest is starting a family, whereas moving to another country is like the easiest, because it's the goal of every young people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, girls, thank you very much.
Girls, so I'm Daniela Sanchez, and I'm the examiner of part 4 of the Fce Speaking exam. So I'm going to provide you some questions, and you will have to make a conversation between 4 and 6 minutes. So we are going to start with the first candidate, Emily. So do you think winning is always important?
Okay, I don't think winning is always important. I think there are more important things like participating and also having or enjoying a good experience. However, sometimes winning makes yourself feel proud, or makes everybody else feel proud of you. And even if that is not a very nice feeling, at the end, that makes you feel happy, and that gives you the joy of feeling part of a game, or maybe part of a group.
Okay, Emily, I agree with you. Yes, winning is the best part when you or reward when you done something harder. However, when you try to win something in the process, you usually start to feel bad. Also, your mentally health start to decrease, and this is very dangerous for the people who used to practice, for example, an sport, or also practice is something related with mathematics or something related of the school.
Yeah, I agree with you, Melly, because sometimes people get super obsessive about it and they always think about winning, and they expect a lot from them. So that creates a lot of pressure on them, and that's not good at all for anybody because they are constantly focused on that instead of living their lives.
Yes, that's correct. And when you start to obsess in something, your mind and your health start to decrease, as I have mentioned before. But it is not just with the mind, it also with your physical health. It could include stress, headaches, you know. However, it's important just to have fun of the process, and also it's important to participate. In some cases, if you make some mistakes, you can learn from the mistakes and continue try to be a best person, but not just the best of the class or anything that you want.
Okay, and now I would like to listen to your opinion, Melissa. Would you like to be rich or famous? Why or why not?
Okay, in my case, telling the truth, I would like to be both rich and famous because my whole life I always wanted to have a glamorous life as for example, Lana Del Rey or any singer or actress. Telling the truth, but it's important to work a lot. This is really hard. However, if I would have the opportunity to do something to be part of the Hollywood, I will do because I like it. But what do you think, Carlita?
I don't agree with you because I think that be famous it's a kind of difficult. You can live in private and you can have a quiet moment with your family or on your own, because all the people around you try to say hello to you or taking a photo to you, and it's a kind of I don't know. I can be famous. I prefer to be rich because in that way I can live without complications and worry about pay the rent or something like that. And I can I will help other people because I have
That's a
money.
okay. That's a good point. I really respect that because in some parts I agree because of the privacy. However, I am the kind of person who likes to be the 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 focus, the attention. So that's why I would like to be rich and famous. Yes, but
Okay, and I'm in the same.
Okay, so Carlita, keeping that perspective in mind, what would you most like to achieve in the future?
Okay, that's one of the things I want to be in the future is happy and have peace, because I believe that personal growth is one of the important things in our lives, and I put my growing in the first place before getting things or getting college degrees. I think for have all the physical things, first you should be happy and with mental health in a good way. So
I think it's very important, just as Carlita said, to first be good with ourselves rather than having just degrees. I think it's something important because when somebody asks you about achievements, they always said, I want to be a teacher, or I want to be something specific, a master or a PhD or whatever. So I really like her perspective. It is very optimistic perspective, like to be happy. So I think it's very nice to hear that. It's the first time I actually hear that.
yeah, it's a kind of difficult be being happy because live with balance. It's difficult, but it's one of the my big dreams.
Yeah, achieving those dreams are going to be the best thing that you're going to do, and that will help you more than the 1,000 of degrees, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, good job and thank you so much.